friends for the interruption in the previous class. Okay, anyway, hi. Let me continue with the previous class. In the previous class, what I have said you is functions endocrinology. It helps in the function of our body by mainly secreting many hormones, and this mainly helps in cell-to-cell signaling. Cell-to-cell signaling is this is one cell, this is another cell. Passage of information from one cell to another cell occurs through endocrine hormones, and these hormones that occurs through some chemical substances, and these chemical substances are called as chemical messengers. This is intercellular communication, that is communication between two cells. And these chemical messengers or chemical substances, which are called as chemical messengers, are of four types mainly. I think you can see everything, right? Yeah. What are the chemical messengers? What are the types? There are four types of chemical messengers. One is endocrine messenger, paracrine messenger, autocrine messenger, and neurocrine messenger. Endocrine messengers are the classical hormones. These are the chemical substances which are secreted by endocrine glands, and these endocrine glands will send these chemical substances into the blood. These are in turn sent into the target organs. For example, insulin, which is secreted by pancreas. Pancreas secretes insulin into the blood, and from the blood it reaches the target organs, that is nothing but the various cells of our body, and these cells will helps in the uptake of glucose. They open the glucose transporters GLAD1, GLAD2, GLAD3 and GLAD4, and thus they help in the incoming of those uptake of glucose. And the second type of chemical messengers are paracrine messengers. These are the chemical messengers which diffuse from control cells to the target cells. Control cells to the target cells, that is from one cell to another cell, to say clearly, through interstitial fluid, not the blood. The main difference between the endocrine and paracrine is, in endocrine the substance is taken through blood, whereas in paracrine it occurs through interstitial fluid. Okay, these interstitial fluid, these substances are directly entered from neighboring target cells through the gap junctions. That is, if this is one cell and this is other cell, then there will be gap junctions between these two. Through the gap junctions, these substances can enter, or through the interstitial fluid, the substances can occur. So, as these occur through, if these substances occur through gap junctions, then these paracrine hormones are named as juxtacrine messengers, or local hormones, right? So, what are the examples of it? Examples are mainly prostaglandins, and histamine. These are the examples, right? Prostaglandins and histamine are the examples of paracrine messengers. What are the next type? Autocrine. As the name indicates, auto means self. That is, these substances are secreted by one cell. If you say this is called as, this cell is source cell. Okay, it secretes some substances that are some chemical messengers, and these chemical messengers are acted on the same cell itself. That is, these chemical substances some cells secrete the chemical substances which control the cells itself. These are called as autocrine messengers. These autocrine messengers are also called as intracellular chemical messengers. For them, there is no, here blood, they are carried through blood, here they are carried through interstitial fluid. But there is no need to carry them to any cell, because the same cell from which they are secreted, they control the same cell. So, there is no need to travel, so it is called as intracellular chemical messengers, right? Now, these example, if you come, this is leukotrienes. Next, neurocrine cells. Neurocrine cells, these are the neurotransmitters. Right? These neurotransmitters are secreted by the nerve endings of a cell. Okay. These neurotransmitters are the endocrine substances which carries information from one nerve cell to other nerve cell or other muscle cell. If this is a neuron and this is cell body, this is axon, and here these are the dendrites, right? These dendrites here, they secrete neurotransmitter, and this neurotransmitter may reach the muscle cell, this is the muscle, or it may also reach the nerve cell. So this neurotransmitter helps in the carrying of information from the nerve cell to muscle cell or another nerve cell. What are the examples of neurotransmitter? One is acetylcholine or dopamine, norepinephrine, epinephrine, etc. So neurohormone, what is the difference? Neurohormone is a substance which is released. See, I think you got neurotransmitter. So neurohormone, it is a substance which is secreted by the nerve cell, and from the nerve cell it reaches the blood, and from there it reaches the target organs. The main example is ADH. ADH or oxytocin, these are the neurohormones which are secreted by the nerve cells, but these reach the blood and then from there it is transported to the target cells. So this is neurohormone. So these are, thus we can say the chemical messengers are of mainly 4 types. One is endocrine messenger, and the other is paracrine messenger, next autocrine messenger, next neurocrine messenger. Endocrine messengers are secreted by endocrine glands, whereas paracrine messengers, these are secreted between the 2 cells which are neighboring cells to cells. So these are local hormones. Autocrine messengers, these are secreted by the cell. So the hormones which are secreted by one cell, they will control the same cell itself. If a cell secretes a hormone which is called as some H, this hormone controls the A cell itself. So that is autocrine hormones. Neurocrine hormones are nothing but neurotransmitters. These are secreted by one nerve cell, and from there it transfers to the muscle cell. They control the muscle cell or the nerve cell. An example is acetylcholine and dopamine. And if you come to the neurohormone, there is a difference between neurotransmitter or neurohormones. These both come under neurocrine. That is, neurocrine or neural messengers are of 2 types: neurotransmitters and neurohormones. If you come to the neurohormones, these are the substances which are secreted by the nerve cell. These nerve cells separate these substances into the blood, and then from the blood they are transported into the target organs. These are nothing but same as endocrine hormones. The main example is the ADH. So these are the examples and the things that come under chemical messengers. Okay then, bye.